It's a new day, Noonan. Yes, it is. Zada-bow-bow. And you know, if you're hearing that beautiful noise bouncing through the atmosphere of love, that can only mean one thing. That is that the Noonan Podcast with Harold is back with a brand new episode. And not only is it a brand new episode, it's a very special episode because we got a ballin' ass interview today with a Noonan musician and a I say a social media superstar, but I don't know, like, what, it used to be like, oh, this person has 100,000 views on YouTube, they're famous. But now that everything is the internet, I don't know what makes you a superstar and what makes you internet famous. To me, when I met this person in person, I was like, damn, you know, kind of like shy, because like I've been watching you on the computer for a long time, and now here you is like hanging out at my house. I say hanging out, now here you is being interviewed at my house, so you're kind of like cool. But the first thing they said to me was, oh wow, you actually do exist. So maybe that's just the age we live in. I'm sounding old. The age we live in now is that we know these people on the internet before we know them in real life, which for me is typical. Because I, as Noonan's greatest journalist and sexiest man of all the towns, I meet a lot of people on the internet that I then meet in person and then actually meet, and then that's when they unfollow me, is after they meet me. I'll also tell you something very interesting. My microphone is covered in little specks of cat hair, which is not what I want. I mean, it's not that I don't want there to be cat hair, because, I mean, there are no cats. I don't want it on my microphone because I feel like I am literally sucking in and licking all over cat hair, which is not what you should do with cats. We are fosters of 2 kittens with the Noonan Coweta Humane Society. We have Beetle and Buzz. You can adopt them through the Noonan Coweta Humane Society. And we take good care of them. We are good foster parents. We do not lick them. We do not groom them like a mother cat does. I don't think that was in the paperwork that we were supposed to do that. But I may have overlooked it. I may need to check with Hanley and be like, hey, beautiful girl, are we supposed to be licking these cats? Because I ain't been licking them. I'm licking their cat hair because it's on my microphone, and I get real close to the microphone. I basically, never mind. I'm not going to say that because that is explicit. And if there's one thing we know about Harold is that I do not speak in explicitities. I speak in riddles. What has 4 eyes and polka dots? That would be a nerd because of the acne and the glasses. That was a riddle. I don't know can you say nerd, or is that, I don't know if like nerd is I think if you type nerd, and it used to be when you type nerd in like in your text thing, that the glasses emoji would show up. Let's try it. Let me text Hanley real quick. Nerd. Yes, when you type nerd, 2 emoji choices show up. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and send her both of these. And now I'm not spelling the word nerd right. But she'll get them and she won't know what they mean. And then later on in a week when she listens to this podcast, she'll be like, that's why he sent me those. And that will make me happy. Anyways, so the interview has been recorded. We're going to get right into it, and I hope you enjoy it. You'll learn all about Greer. Sarah, I don't know if I was supposed to say her last name. I think we can say it. That's her musical name if you want to find her on the music world. Anyways, enjoy it and find me on the flip side. Hello, friends. Hello, loved ones. I am here as promised today with the one and only. Do you have a lot of names? Let's go through all the different names that we just talked about that I already forgot. We've got Cy. We've got SYRENE? SYRENE, which makes it feel like the first one should be rather than Cy. So SYRENE, and when you were a local musician, you're still a local musician. I was going to say magician. Can you do magic?
I did when I was a kid. Well, yeah, actually, I can do what kind of magic?
Like sleight of hand magic, because there's no other props right now. Like, could you do a magic trick right now? Which is not good for a podcast because nobody can see your sleight of hand.
No, I mean, you might have diarrhea later.
Oh, great.
that's
I already regret
do,
having you on. You have messed up my stomach. On the musical scene, the way I discovered this lovely person was Sarah Greer is her musical artist name. I think the first time I don't remember the first time I saw you. I know you've done like the you tell us what you've done. Don't let me just start naming the things you've done. If people have seen you before, where would they have seen you before?
So I started doing music when I was 13. I started playing at like coffee houses and restaurants and bars and stuff like that. I've done a lot of stuff at Noonan Unplugged, a lot of songwriter circles at Noonan Unplugged, and a lot of locals know me from there. I opened for Richard Marx when I was a teenager. If anybody knows who Richard Marx is, he was really big in the 80s. I got to meet him. He's really cool.
I don't know who that is. What's his song?
Wherever you go.
He's that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
That's like a real famous song.
Yeah, I opened for him. I got to meet him. He's really nice. He still looks really young, too. Like, actually, he's aged pretty gracefully. I was like... okay, Richard, I see you. And then who else? I opened for Colby Calais when I was 17.
Don't know who that is. What song does he sing?
She sings.
She sings. Yes. She sings the girl version of Wherever You Go.
No, she sings. I don't know that song. It's like, oh, this is how it starts.
Don't know that one.
You would know some of her songs. She had a lot of really big songs, like in the 2000s. Or I'm yours.
Wait, I thought that was like Jason Mraz.
Yeah, but she's featured on it.
Oh, okay, I do know that one. Yeah. So you've opened for Jason Mraz.
No, I've opened for Colby Calais.
Who is basically Jason Mraz.
Jason Mraz by extension, yes. And those are the big people that I've opened for. I got to share the stage with Kip Winger when I was 17 from the band Winger.
You said Kit Wiener?
Kip Winger.
Kip Winger, okay.
I love how I'm like naming all these names and you don't know who any of these people are.
See, I was homeschooled and I had a rule in my household that it wasn't until I moved out I was allowed to listen to non-Christian music. Oh. So when I was like 17, then it was like everything came in at once, all the good music. But before that, it was just like VeggieTales and...
Oh my God. Okay, so I was homeschooled in middle school. My parents are pretty Christian as well. That's funny. I was... when I was... probably about 16 or 17, is when I like started realizing, oh my God, there's like this whole world of media that I didn't know about.
Right.
My parents would like listen to every song that because this was back before you stream music, right? It's when you had to actually like download, pay for music, pay $1 for the MP3 off of Amazon or some shit. And anytime that I would want to buy a song, my parents would like, they would go online and they would read the lyrics to the song and make sure that there were no cuss words, nothing about sex, nothing promiscuous. And if there was, then I couldn't get the song. So it's lots of cool music that I got into by the time that I was like 16, 17 and found ways around that. Sorry, Mom, but...
Whoa, Mom, your child is...
Sorry.
A sneaky devil.
She knows.
No, I used to. When I was 14, my dad, he had an affair with my mom, right? So he went through this dark phase, and he had like an Eminem CD in his car that he'd listen to and get angry. So I'd like sneak into his truck at night when they were all asleep, and I'd turn it on and just listen to this one Eminem album over and over. What album? Eminem Show. Okay. And I would just be like, yeah, this is so much cooler. I'm going to be a bad boy now. So that's what turned me into such a bad boy. That's why I'm such a bad boy who does bad things. I commit crimes. So so you've opened for these people. What is your style? What is the music you do? Is it good?
Well, that's subjective.
Do you suck? Haven't you won like competitions?
Yeah. So actually, last year I won a songwriting competition at Eddie's Attic up in Atlanta. So they do this thing every week, every Monday night. Eddie's Attic has a songwriters open mic. Anybody can sign up online ahead of time and go in there, and everybody gets to play 2 songs that they wrote. And then at the end of the night, you have like a panel of judges, right, that are listening to everybody. And at the end of the night, the judges pick their 3 favorite people that they like the best. And then those 3 people get back on the stage and play a third song. And then out of those 3 people, they pick a winner for the whole night. And so this was like January of last year. I won that. And then twice a year, all the winners of the weekly open mics go to a shootout. And so I got to go do that last July. That was really cool. And I came in 3rd place at that shootout. The guy that won should have won. I admittedly don't remember his name, and I'm kicking myself for it now, but he was really good. Yeah, so I was not upset that I didn't win the shootout, but I did win the weekly open mic, and I almost won the shootout. So that was pretty cool. I won $100 when I won.
Whoa!
$100 cash prize and a bottle of bourbon. So that was pretty cool.
Whoa!
Yeah. What else have I done? I mean, I've done lots of contests. That's really the only one that I've won, though. It was a songwriting contest. I've played at Bluebird Cafe up in Nashville a few times. That's not really a songwriting competition. It's just more of a showcase. I've done lots of songwriting showcases, with like Chris Yeoman's Noonan Unplugged, like I said a minute ago.
That's funny that I know who that is. I didn't know any of the famous names you mentioned, but Chris Yeoman?
Yeah, shout out
I do
to
know
Chris.
who that is.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chris. Way to go, dude. Although your band won Best of Coweta 2025, and my brother has 2 bands in Noonan, and you beat out both of his bands, so I'm kind of mad at you for beating my brother.
Didn't, like Doug Keys, Mr. Keys won last year, didn't he?
I don't know who Doug Keys is.
You don't know who
Sounds like a politician.
He's going to be so upset.
Yeah, hey, Doug. If I hurt your feelings, Doug, hit me up, because I am so scared of a dude named Doug.
Oh, I opened for Michelle Malone one time. He plays with her. She I think she did some shit with the Indigo Girls or some shit like a long time ago. I don't remember. Michelle's really cool though. I like Michelle a lot. She's a really good artist. She's really sweet. I was 17 and in school at CEC actually, and because Doug was one of my teachers. He had her come in to talk to the class one day. I think actually they might have been recording something, come to think of it. And I did audio classes. And she heard me. Yeah.
I knew that.
I'm so cool. But anyway, she heard me. I don't remember how it happened, but somehow I ended up playing one of my songs to her at some point in the day. And one of my original songs that's still out to listen to. If anybody still listens to that album, I don't know why. But I played it for her, and she was like, whoa. Do you want to come open for me at Eddie's Attic this weekend? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to come open for you at Eddie's Attic this weekend. So, completely on a whim, just like had never met me before, heard me play one song, and then let me get up there and open for her. And then I low-key kind of felt like I blew it. I'm not going to lie, because my guitar was really out of tune, and I was kind of sick that day and had a bit of a hoarse voice, and I was just, but it was a lot of fun. So, but no, like Keys, I'm pretty sure Doug Keys won last year. Chris and her band are great. Chris has given me a lot of opportunities since I was like a teenager. I've known her for like 10 years now, which is pretty crazy. I met her when I was 14. So
now we know how old you are.
Yeah, I'm 24. Yeah.
Whoa!
I'm 24. I'm not a 13-year-old. I know a lot of people seem to think that online for some reason. I'm grown, unfortunately. So, yeah, a lot of people think that I'm like a 12-year-old boy for some reason online. It's pretty crazy.
I would not invite a 12-year-old boy to my studio to record a podcast. So I don't know how old you are exactly, but I am hoping you're not secretly a 12-year-old boy.
I am a 24-year-old individual, yes.
Individual.
Yes.
So what is the style? How did you describe your style of music?
I didn't even answer your question.
Well, I interrupted you with a new question.
I'm sorry. ADHD.
Rap?
No.
Are you a rapper?
I'm not a rapper.
Heavy metal?
Pop. I would say pop. It's like pop rock with like maybe a little bit of R&B in there from time to time. But I mean, I do singer-songwriter type stuff. For the longest time, I did like folky singer-songwriter type stuff. Like I've really been spending the last several months trying to rebrand, because I'm so I don't know. I've just grown tired of, like, I feel like people still view me as this little girl from Noonan that plays songs, that writes songs and plays guitar. You know what I mean? And that's just, and I love playing my acoustic guitar. I still play it. I still am incorporating it into the songs that I'm recording now. But I'm just really trying to, like, you know, like I just did a song with my friend Roman James. If you don't, you know, you should go follow him.
That's the coolest name I've ever heard.
Roman is awesome, dude. That motherfucker can sing. He can rap. He can write. He is so talented.
Does he have like tattoos all over? He sounds like he would if his name was Roman James.
Actually, does Roman have tattoos?
Roman, send us a pic.
Roman, do you have tattoos?
Text me a picture.
I've never paid attention, actually. You have to understand, I am very aloof most of the time. Like, I don't, especially when I'm like at a friend's house recording music. I wasn't paying attention. We were writing some stuff just the other day. I actually just day before yesterday, he sent me the mixed versions of, we're about to have 2 songs come out that are his songs, but I'm featured on them. And I'll have to play them for you before I leave. Like, you can get an exclusive. Y'all don't, but you can. It's very, very, it's like, I would say it's like Daft Punk kind of, like 80s synth wave kind of style stuff.
80s synth wave?
That's what I would call it.
I don't even know what that would mean.
80s.
Will you not punch my microphone, please?
How many times have I done this? Oh my God. You know what's funny is I do that on stage all the time too. I have no spatial awareness. Anyway,
for this next song, I'm going to punch my microphone.
For this next song, I'm going to punch my microphone and I'm going to loop it and make you think that it's a drum. It's like...
All right, stop it.
Sorry.
You're good.
It'll be all right. It's fine. It's not even... I'm looking at it. Your signal's good. Yeah.
You're letting us behind the scenes of when we record. We're just on like a Windows. I don't know what the Windows 10, and we're just looking at the waves go bloop 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 bloop, so we can keep track of if the punching of the microphone is too disruptive. Is there a place somewhere in this world to find your music?
I would prefer if you went to my SoundCloud because everything on my SoundCloud is more up to date. And it is also under my new artist name, which is SYRENE.
How do you spell it?
SYRENE. SYRENE. Okay?
Yeah, y'all.
And I've got just like some like covers and acoustic demos on there right now. But I'm actually, when I leave here today, I'm actually going to Fayetteville. I'm going to the studio to keep working on recording the new stuff. There's an acoustic demo on my SoundCloud. It's called Riot. It's going to be the single that I release here hopefully in the next couple months because I've been in the studio working on it. It's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be epic.
I'm sorry, I guess
synth wave.
That's not 80s synth wave. That one, because it's mine, it's more in my vein of like I said, like pop rock is how I would describe that genre.
What's an example of an 80s synth wave? Or is that too on the spot?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Like maybe like sweet dreams are made of this.
Oh, okay.
Who am I to disagree? You know, like with the synths in the background.
Synths in the background.
Yeah, but like.
And from the 80s.
I don't know where I got the word wave from, honestly, but you know.
It sounds way cooler than 80s synth.
The frequencies have waves. Okay? We don't see them, but they're sine waves.
This is music lingo that I know nothing about. I don't know. Although I do have 5 rap albums out under the.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
You're lying.
No. I'm not lying. I
don't believe you.
2 rap personas. I had Big G and the CG, which I started when I was 13.
Okay.
And I did that till I was like 22. And then I switched to Craig Crimson. That was my new rap albums.
Craig Crimson. Why did I not know this?
Because I don't talk about it because it's really bad. That's why you don't know it. Is because it's not something that I proudly tell about. That's
up to taste, though. I mean,
my biggest hit is a song called "My Girlfriend Is a Cup," and it is a song about. It's featured. I have like 8 features, and it's like 13 minutes long, and we all just sing about what life is like having your girlfriend be a cup. It has lines such as I open up my cabinet and I suffer such temptation because when she says I'm wet, I call that condensation.
Okay.
So-
Wait, actually, it's kind of a bar.
It is kind of a bar, so
I wasn't expecting that.
I love my girl so much, you know I'd never hurt her. I turn her sideways. Now my girlfriend is a squirter. So there's lines.
I died. That just killed me.
So if you've ever wondered what it'd be like to date a cup.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to get Skinny's Bar and Grill. I'm trying to get them to let me do a spoken word of that song, like poetry, but they haven't let me yet. Skinny's Bar and Grill.
Bar. Okay. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
They need poetry. Every place needs some poetry.
They do. They have that's my issue.
Oh, you gonna say something?
I am gonna say something. I just gotta be careful how I say it. That's my thing with the music scene in Noonan. Is it's just that's why I've been trying to venture out into Atlanta more. I mean, I've been working with a lot more artists that are based in Atlanta less than I have been with artists that are based in Noonan. And that's nothing against. I love the musicians in the Noonan music scene. I have no complaints. There are amazing musicians. They're great people that I get to share the stage with here in Noonan. My issue is the venues. We don't have real music venues here. It's bars, grills, coffee houses, Vinyl Light. That's it. That's all that we have. I'm trying to think.
And Vinyl Light doesn't count.
If Vinyl Light, what? I mean,
You don't have to agree. I don't think Vinyl Light counts.
They have an open mic night.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do, actually.
They do not promote it very well.
They used to. I don't know if they do anymore. No, they don't. It's one of those things, if you know, you know.
Gotcha. That's the best way to promote an event.
I know, right? Get it together, Vinyl Light. Come on, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse. I don't know you, but damn it, Jesse.
Actually, Jesse, you're really cool. That was from the heart.
Yeah, Jesse, you're really
but
cool.
People need to know that you have an open mic, Jesse.
Yeah, I need to do spoken word about my girlfriend being a cup.
Yeah, see, you know how much talent there is here in Noonan. And actually, that was another thing. I'm actually being serious right now. There's so much talent here in Noonan, but because of the venues that we have here, the only kind of music that people really want to have in their businesses is country and blues and folk, and that's nothing against that kind of music. I love country music. I love folk music.
Name every country music song. All right, continue.
Anyway. Every country music song?
Yeah, if you love it. I'm gatekeeping every country music song.
Yes, actually, as a matter of fact, I'll have you know, I do know every single country music song. Actually, I do. I'm just not going to tell you.
There you go.
I'm just going to keep it to myself. Anyway, but no, that's my issue with the music scene here. Is it's just because I've always done, especially when I was a teenager, I've always done covers of pop songs, like Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Meghan Trainor, that kind of stuff. And I'll throw in some Lenny Kravitz or some James Brown or things of that nature, the Beatles, older songs. I'll throw in some classic rock. Don't let my dad hear that. Oh, my dad is a big Beatles fan.
Of course he is. How old is he? 50?
54.
Yeah, all 50-year-olds are Beatles fans because they don't know how to have personality.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. My dad's he's just a Virgo. He actually has a lot of personality. He just doesn't want you to think that he does.
What a Beatles fan thing to do.
I know, right? But I do a cover of Blackbird by the Beatles. It's one of my favorite songs to play on the guitar because it's finger picking. And a lot of people, there's this crazy, for some reason, old men think that I can't do anything other than play the same 3 chords. So the moment that I bring out Blackbird, they're just gagged. They're like, oh my God, Blackbird. Oh. It's a very difficult song to play. But it's also one of the first songs that I learned how to play. I played it for a long time. So it's, but it's always been, I've always had kind of a hard time in the Noonan music scene for that reason, just because the kind of music that I play is typically not the kind of music that the demographic around here, lack of a better way to put it, wants to hear, So that's why I've started kind of venturing out into the Atlanta music scene. Actually, on August 15th, I don't know when this is going to be up, but on the 15th, I'm doing a show off of Memorial Drive with my friend Rebel, who, that's how I know Roman. I met Roman through Rebel. She's a rapper. She's like rap, alternative rap, rock kind of in that vein, in that genre. She's also super talented. You want to talk about somebody, you can just give Rebel a beat and she can just go, like just freestyle, like it's nobody's business. And she'll spit the most fire fucking shit that you've ever heard in your life. You'll be like, oh my God, where'd that come from? And she'll be like, I don't know.
My soul.
Okay, it came from her soul. But Rebel's a good friend of mine too. I really do. Rebel's been a really good friend to me. But she and I are doing a show up in Atlanta. And I'll play guitar for her. And she's doing a longer set. She's actually going to let me come in, I believe, and play a couple of my songs in the middle of her set. She's going to do like a costume change or some shit. And she's got her band. And they're going to play with me and they're going to play with her. And I'm going to play with her band too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I played with her a few times last year, but, I've just had a lot going on in my life the last year. I haven't really been playing out as much. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go do that. And, I'm not making any money doing it, but to me, it's about the passion. It's not about the money. Mm-hmm. I've done so many gigs where I didn't get paid, and I've done gigs where actually I've paid to do the gig, just because I wanted the exposure, and the experience, and the practice. So, yeah.
What venue would you say is the closest to being how it should be in Noonan? Who's the one that gets the most props? It's like, all right, this one is close to getting it.
What's the name of that place that just opened? That's what's so crazy is they just opened. It's in downtown Noonan. I mean...
Whimsical?
Yeah.
Whimsical Cafe? The Loon?
Isn't that with the black walls? And it used to be a vape store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Whimsical Cafe. Because I remember I went in there. Actually, Doug Keys was playing there with Michelle Malone a few months ago. And so I went to go see them perform with my family. And it was great show. But I remember going in there thinking, oh my God, is Noonan about to have a for real, like somewhat semi-for real music venue? Like, because they were talking about, did they ever, because this was so long ago, like, they were talking about conjoining the two buildings right there. Yeah, did they ever do that?
They did. They have a hallway. They have a separate bar area in the black walled section now.
That's really cool. Yeah, so I haven't been in there since they've done that. So I'll have to go check it out. But I would say Whimsical Cafe is probably Red Letter Merchant is pretty cool too. I've met the owner once. He seems like a pretty cool guy. I met him at the Cellar one night. I was supposed to come play there. I texted him and he never texted me back. So
what's his name and phone number?
I don't remember his name, actually. He was a really nice guy, though. He's busy. He probably just forgot. But I don't know.
He hates you.
A lot of people do. I don't know. He could. A lot of times I'll think that somebody fucks with me, and then I'll hear some shit that they said, and then I'll be like, oh.
Ouch.
Okay.
I have feelings.
There's another one to add to the list. Great.
Yeah, I would agree with the Whimsical Cafe. I've hosted bingo there, and I've hosted stand-up comedy shows there. And, yeah, they've got a really nice location. It's just that their actual location is, like, not on the square, so you have to kind of travel so people forget it exists.
You can just get your steps in. That's fine. Just get your steps in.
Yeah, promotion-wise, they have a hard time. But yeah, really good place.
It is a really good place. I do kind of agree. I wish that it was like closer to the courthouse, like more like on the square. But other than that, I mean, that is probably the closest thing that we have. I mean, and then there's Below the Neck.
Never been.
I had my album release party there when I was a teenager. That was pretty cool.
When you were a teenager, you went to a bar for an album release party?
I did.
Did they check your ID?
No, because I was the artist.
Did they give you drinks? Can we shut them down?
No, but they let me sit at the bar.
Oh, that's against the law. No, I don't think it is.
I don't think there was because we rented out the room. That was just it. My memory is that the label I was signed on at the time actually rented out that entire space for the evening. So I think that's why it probably wasn't a big deal. I was turning 18 in like 6 weeks at that point, and I sat at the bar and I was the person saying I didn't order anything at the bar, so it wasn't a big deal. But technically, you're not supposed to sit at the bar until you're 18. And I did have that issue. Sometimes as a teenager playing at restaurants, my dad would go to sit at the bar and I would go to sit with him, and he has ADHD too. He just forget. Even in his old age, he still forgets. I was not old enough to sit at the bar with him, and we would have to go get a booth. They'd be like, you're not. I was obviously not 18, like 13, 14 years old.
I mean, you're 24 now, and you look like you're a teenager. Not.
Oh, thank you.
So when
Sometimes I think I look my age.
when you were a teenager, did you look like you were like 9?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. I got bullied so much for it too. People made fun of me all the time because of how young I looked. And now they all wrinkly.
They all wrinkly.
All y'all bitches that I went to high school with,
is wrinkly.
I still look good.
Let's
more or less.
name the 3 ugliest people you went to high school with.
Are you for real?
First
right
and last names.
Oh my God. Are you for real? Okay.
No, I wasn't for real, but you were so excited. Maybe not like ugliest, but
Okay,
the ones
if I
that
do
have
this-
aged the worst.
If I do that, well, I haven't talked to a lot of them. If I were to do this, I would have to say ugly in terms of,
Their souls.
yes, and I don't mean to sound cheesy, but like my grandmother always said, pretty is as pretty does. You know, you can do your hair, do your makeup, however which way you want to do, but if you're not a good person, or if you at least don't try to be a good person, like, it doesn't matter. If you treat people like shit, if you don't treat people with integrity, it doesn't matter how good you look. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not somebody who really, most of the time, I really don't even pay attention to how somebody looks, because that, to me, is just a surface level. Like, I care about what's in here. You know what I mean? So if I were
When she
to-
said in here, she pointed at her heart.
Yes, my heart, not my tits. So, if I were to, well, actually, yes, both. So, anyway,
For those who didn't know, the heart is behind the tits.
the left one specifically. But anyway,
Specifying that.
anyway, no, if I were to do that, I would have to rank them from who was the top 3 meanest bitches in high school. I would, but I don't want to dox anyone.
What you do either. You were just
They
so
know who they are.
just
They
so
know exactly
excited.
who they are, and I bet they're watching this. So, yeah.
Okay, you know who you are.
You know, oh shit, I did it again.
You hate my microphones.
Control your microphone hates me. I'm the
That's
victim.
okay.
Damn it, Harold.
You're the victim. Sorry,
Always.
I'll move the microphone further
I'm
away
kidding,
from you. And then...
I kid. Okay. Anyway.
All right, so we talked about your music for
Yes.
30 minutes,
Yes.
which has been great thus far.
It's not enough.
But that is only half of what makes you you.
Is it?
Yeah, the other half
Yeah.
is your social media presence, which really is, to me, I was slightly nervous. I don't really get nervous, but I was like, oh, I'm going to meet an internet celebrity today. They're coming over to my house.
Celebrity is a bit of a hyperbolic statement.
Well, I am a hyperbolic kind of guy. They call me Hyperbolic Harold for a reason.
Hyperboles. We
I'm
love
a-
that.
yeah.
We stand hyperboles in this house.
We stand. If you didn't know how this house works, over here, this is how my home works.
Yeah.
So tell us about firstly how to find you on social media, because I think it's interesting. Your social media is it's so many things. I don't know how to describe it.
I don't either, honestly.
So tell us how to find it, and tell us how you would describe what the experience is like going to your social media.
I have to disclaim very quickly, because of where we live. I make a lot of political content.
A lot.
Yes, and I want to be very clear. It's been brought to my attention recently that there's been some talk of people think that I just went off the deep end after I got divorced and just decided to do this year. I've always, at least on Facebook and Snapchat, where I just have like people that I knew, I've always been politically opinionated since a very young age. And my beliefs have evolved. I wouldn't say that they've changed, but they've evolved. You know what I mean?
As they should.
I've always been kind of left leaning from the time that I was like probably 16 years old, 15 or 16. Of course, I was raised in a conservative family, so up until I was like 13 or 14, everything was just, I'm just going to regurgitate everything that my parents say because my parents know everything, right? And then once I kind of started developing my own conscience and took economics, took a debate class, I was like, oh, okay, wait, actually, this is not how I feel about anything at all. So my beliefs have evolved, but they haven't really, ever since, ever since I was like 16, old enough to like really develop my opinions of the world, they've, I've probably gone a little more far left than I was then, if anything. I was probably more center then, but I really don't even like to think of it as political, though. I hate that it's political. I feel like a lot of what I post is just, it's just basic human rights. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it at the end of the day. But anyway, I have to put that disclaimer out there. I know that was a bit of a long-winded, but I have to say that because I know that we live in a very red area, and I am
very red.
Not a very red person. So unless I've had a lot of alcohol, then my face turns red. So anyway, so
I thought you were gonna say when you drink a lot, you just become very Republican.
No, actually, I become more Democrat. It's funny because I'm not a Democrat. I say Democrat. Why did I say Democrat? I'm not a Democrat.
Secretly, you're a Democrat.
I'm a fucking socialist. Why did I just say that? Oh my God, because people down here would say, no, you're a Democrat. Like, anyway. No, there's a difference. But, you know, I'm like, socialism is somewhere in that quadrant. But I don't get in the weeds of economic policy too much. I really try not to. I really just try to talk about basic human rights. I'm someone who cares about people. When I see people suffering, when I see people losing their rights, it upsets me and I want to talk about it. So with that being said, you can go find me online at Real Syrene on Instagram and TikTok. That's RealSyrene. But I don't only make political content. I mean, it's funny. It's kind of turned into that here lately. I've been making a lot more political content because I try to be creative with it. I try to make some of it somewhat comedic. Like the other day I made a video making fun of Caroline Levitt, and like I used an audio from Madagascar, the movie, to do it, like of King Julian, you know? So like, I don't know if you saw it. And then I had like a fake blonde hair filter on my hair too. It looked absolutely ridiculous, but that was the objective, right? I still post my music, obviously. I post plenty of music content. What else do? I post some spiritual content as well. I'm a very spiritual person, so I have recently started talking about that, honestly, because people started asking me about it. So I just like kind of started talking about it. And it's so funny to me because I wanted to talk more publicly about these things. Because like I said, I always talked about them on Snapchat or on Facebook where it's more private, but you know, family and my ex-husband and lots of people would always say, you really don't want to talk about politics publicly because you don't want, if you're going to be a musician, you don't want to piss people off. You don't want to ruin your career. Like that's the phrase that I've been told since I was like 13 years old. That was embedded into my brain. Like, you don't want to be too much. You don't want to be too opinionated because you're going to piss people off and you're going to alienate potential fans. And the older that I got, the more that I realized, especially in the last year, I've realized, who am I alienating? Who am I alienating exactly? Racists? Like, sexists? Transphobes? Okay, great. I don't want them coming to my concerts anyway. Because I want my concerts to be a safe space for people who know what it's like to be ostracized from society, because I know what that's like too. Because I've struggled with mental health my whole life. I was diagnosed with, that's another thing I talk about on my page. I talk about mental health. I talk about how I wasn't diagnosed with autism until I was 22, how that has caused a significant amount of trauma in my life. I also have ADHD. So I haven't been to therapy in several months. I wonder if my therapist is going to see this. I'm sorry. I'll be back soon.
What's their name?
Dr. Kelly. Shout out to Dr.
Kelly. Your client is
not well. I'll be back soon. Ish. I promise. Let me get my ducks in a row.
Well, that's what the therapy is supposed to help with. You're not supposed to have your ducks in a row before going to therapy.
What do you mean?
I was in therapy for 6 years till my stupid therapist died this summer.
Oh my God.
Right? How selfish of him.
Stop it. Oh
I mean it out of love.
I remember you posting about that, and I thought, whoa. I was like, I was honestly so sad for you. I was like, that's really fucked up.
Oh, well, thanks for reaching out and letting me know how sad.
No, you didn't. I thought I commented on the post. Did I not comment?
You laugh reacted.
Did I laugh?
No, I'm just kidding. No, you didn't.
I was like, I had the very least like sad reacted or
probably.
Some shit. Listen, you have to.
Posted a sad cat gif.
Let's lay this down right now.
Lay it.
Because I got so many people in my personal life that be saying shit like this too. Look, I'm terrible at texting people. I am terrible at answering the phone. I am like, I'm one of these people. I probably saw your text, when I was in the middle of doing something else, and then I just completely forgot to respond.
It's almost like you have ADHD.
I know, right? It's crazy. And then like 3 whole days later, bare minimum, sometimes it's like a week or 2 later, I'll just be like, oh shit, I didn't text Harold back. And like, you know, and then I'll text you, and then you'll be like, damn, I didn't even, and anybody who knows me is going to be watching this and be like, yup, that fucking bitch.
I think we messaged 4 times over the last like 2 months to put this together. So that's totally fine with me. We didn't need to.
No, that's just it. I'm so bad at answering. And yet at the same time, I am chronically online. So I'm just like, I don't care if I was on Facebook. I don't care if I'm active on TikTok. I'm going to answer you. I will always answer you. It's just a matter of when. It's actually kind of fucked up. Maybe it's something I should talk to my
How many
therapist about.
unread messages do you think you have right now?
I don't know. You want to look?
Yeah, let's look.
A lot. Like, let's look at my Snapchat. That's probably where I have the most. Because I never check Snapchat. Yeah, see, just like immediately.
That's a lot. For those who can't see, because you're not showing your phone, which is fine. You don't need to show your phone.
It's fine.
It's a lot.
And now everyone who sent me a Snapchat in the last probably like month
are gonna be pissed.
Are gonna be like, damn, so you did see where I sent you a snap. Now I have to catch up when I get back home tonight. Great. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, you brought this upon yourself.
I did.
By not going to therapy.
It's fine. I'll just... Yeah, I did go to therapy, though. I did. I went to therapy for several years, and then what ended up happening was I moved earlier this year, and then I moved back here, and I just haven't scheduled an appointment. And then I ended up getting evicted for something that I didn't fucking do. Literally, roommate went to the landlord and told her that I was driving home drunk, that I had been driving home drunk from the bars, is what she said to me. And I'm like, we went to a bar. We went to the fucking Alamo, okay? We were living in Carrollton, okay? You know where the Alamo is. It's an hour away, okay? We went to the Alamo a couple weeks ago. And probably like a month ago now. My time's all fucked up. And I had 2 beers.
Ooh,
and I had
wasted.
I had 2 beers and 1 shot of Jameson. They were all spread out over the course of like 3 hours. It's not like I had it all at one time. And then I, had a giant... Their fucking pieces of pizza are huge. Like, I don't understand. I ordered 2 pieces of pizza thinking that I was going to get, like, Pizza Hut sized slices of pizza. And they gave me, like, a quarter of a fucking pizza. I was like, I couldn't finish it. But
was it good?
It was. It was pretty good. It's not as good as Carvella's, but Fabiano's is all right, It was good because it was after midnight and that was all that was available to eat,
You already had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
That pizza do be hitting different.
I ate the pizza and then we were there for like 3 hours and then, like 2 hours because it was, they closed at 2 a.m. We were there until around the time that they closed. And then we left. And when we left, I sat in my car for 30 minutes just like scrolling, you know what I mean? The fact that I remember all this tells you that I wasn't drunk, you know what I mean? And then I drove home, but before I went home, I stopped at a QT, I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I was hungry again, and a Gatorade.
You didn't even finish the pizza.
No, I didn't.
They just stopped at QT.
Because it was...
You hear that, everyone? You heard it here first. The Alamo pizza is not as good as Quick Trip peanut butter and jelly pre-made sandwiches.
It's, honestly, I have to agree. Look, something about those little Smucker's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the grape jelly. It's because it's nostalgic. I don't know. It just like reminds me of being in the cafeteria alone and nobody wanting to sit with me.
And you want to relive that at 2:30 in the morning. It's like, what do I want to think about? Oh, let's think about my high school lunch. Give me that QTPB.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, I did that and then I drove home. So even if I was a little bit tipsy, which I wasn't at that point, but even if I was, like, I had sobered up by the time I got home. You know what I mean? I'm almost 25. I've been drinking since I was 17. I think I know my limitations.
That's against the law.
Yeah, but I'm of age now, so what are they going to do about it? I mean,
retroactively, you're in trouble.
Not regularly. I wasn't regularly drinking. No, I wasn't drunk. I was not drunk. But she went and told the landlord that I was. So we both went to the Alamo together, right? And
was she in the car with you, or
no? We drove in separate cars. That's what fucked me up. Is I'm like, if you thought I was drunk, why didn't you offer me a ride home? You obviously don't care about my safety. Oh, I wasn't drunk. That's right. And if I was drunk. And I told the landlord this too when I talked to her. I was like, look, if I was drunk, I would have rode home with her. We were coming from the same place and going to the same place. The last time that I went to the bar was also at the Alamo on my birthday, which was in May. And I got plastered that night. And guess what? I had somebody drive me home. I planned it because I knew it's my birthday. I knew that it was my birthday and that I was going to get plastered. And I'd like to think of myself as a semi-responsible adult, right? I don't drive drunk because addiction runs in my family. I've heard so many horror stories of people driving drunk and getting in accidents. It's a morality thing for me. So I was really offended when I got that text message, just like, hey, you got to get out because you've been driving drunk and I don't need to risk you damaging my property or anything. So yeah, landlady texts me and she's like, so the landlord texts me and she's like, it's been brought to my attention that you've been driving home drunk from the bars. Those were her exact words. And I'm thinking, what?
Even if you were,
I'm a grown adult.
Why is that the landlord's?
That's what I'm saying. Because she has animals. Her principle was that I was living on a farm over there. She's got a whole farm, okay? Which, by the way, she wouldn't have that if her mommy didn't buy it for her, okay? Yes, I said it.
That's how all farms work.
But yeah, her mommy bought it for her because when she was 17, she kicked her out because she was taking birth control without her permission. And then her mommy felt bad but didn't have the accountability skills to actually apologize, so she bought her a house instead. Oh, I can't wait to post this. Oh, because fuck that bitch. Anyway, she's a bitch. Anyway.
How dare she have a farm from her mom?
No, because
she got to have protected sex.
Here's the thing. She's younger than me. That's what fucked me up. She's 22. I'm like...
Your landlord?
Yes.
Okay.
She was younger than me. She lived in the house with us, right? But it's her house, so I respected and called her the landlord, right? Because she owns the house. The mortgage is in her name, not her mommy's, even though her mommy paid, did it, but it is technically in her name. I think maybe it might be a cosign or something. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but she says it's in her name, so I respected that. I called her my landlord, and it's the principle for me. Like, yeah, I get it. You've got 2 horses, and guess what? Guess who's the one out there at 7 a.m. feeding them every morning after I got home from work at 2 o'clock in the morning? Me. And then she tried to once I said, yo, I haven't been driving drunk. Then my friend, who, my roommate, texted me, and she was like, well, she's saying that you haven't been carrying your weight around the farm. And I'm like, you two are already up in the morning to go to work. I'm getting home from work at 1 a.m. in the morning after a long day outside in the heat doing like sound at a wedding or some shit. You know what I mean? And guess what? I'm up in 4 hours feeding her fucking horses. And you're telling me that I'm not carrying my weight? Are you serious right now? I cut your grass? Are you serious right now? So that's when I was just like, okay, she had given me a month, and that's when I was just like, no, because if I stay a month, I'm gonna have to pay her another month's worth of rent. I'm not gonna do that. If you're kicking me out, I need that money more than you do. So I was gonna just leave anyway, and then I came home at 1 o'clock in the morning after band practice that same night, and I was locked out. So I knocked on all the doors. I called them. I knocked on the windows. Nobody came. So after calling my mom 10 times and then calling my brother, who then called my mom and had her call me, I went back to my parents' house. And it was just so shitty. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was on my period. I didn't have pads. All my stuff was in the house. I didn't have my toothbrush. Nothing. I don't know what the deal was. So they to me, it just kind of felt like they just wanted me gone anyway.
Just stolen one of their horses.
Yeah. See, but that's too much work.
Know what would go great right here? Your ad, your business, your services. Or maybe just your rant about how roundabouts are crop circles by redneck aliens. Whatever you need to say, we'll help you say it. Contact noonandtimewithharold@gmail.com for more information.
Did you do anything after the divorce that you look back on now, you're like, that was real dumb, but I was struggling?
I stole a bottle of his whiskey. And it wasn't even his, it was ours. It was a wedding gift. That's why I didn't even think about it as stealing it,
Yeah.
And when I did it, when I went over there to get it, it was an expensive bottle of scotch. Sorry, it was a bottle of scotch. It was like an $80 bottle of scotch. And it was a wedding gift from one of his groomsmen. Shout out to Heath.
Heath? Way to go, Heath.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he unfollowed me because he's a Republican. But anyway, he gave us that for our wedding. And we never really touched it because we knew how expensive it was. I think we tried it like on our honeymoon. But other than that, we never really drank it. It had barely been drank. And then I went over there to get something else, and I saw where he had been drinking it. And I was like, oh, no. You've had your fair share. I'm the one who's getting, like, fucking, like, you know. I don't want to go too much into the. I mean, I can. I don't know if we have time for me to go into the weeds of that. That would be like a part 2, but
yeah, we'll save it.
I would happily do it. If
we'll
we
do
had time.
the SYRENE divorce episode.
Yeah, the divorce chronicles. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Yeah, no, I took that because like it was well over halfway empty when I saw it, and it's a big bottle like that, like 80 proof. You know, I was like, damn, bitch. So yeah, I took it, and then I went on my Snapchat later that night, and I posted, I was like, look, everybody, we stole his liquor. And then, like, that Snapchat, this was before my social media blew up. This was back in, like, November, December. But for some reason, I had always averaged maybe 50 to 60 views on Snapchat stories. That particular story got 300 views. And I was like, y'all some messy bitches. Like, I post about my music. I post about things that I care about. You don't care. But the moment I start posting about some drama-ass bullshit in my life, everybody's like going... I don't know what was up with that, but I've noticed that also, even since my social media has blown up, I've noticed that people love drama. They love to be entertained. And so I'm like, I have a lot of drama in my life right now. I might as well capitalize off of it, you know? And I have... TikTok paid me $150 the other day, bitch. So
for a month, or for a week, or stop hitting the microphone, or you don't have to tell me. Yes.
It was for like 2 months. Okay, but I don't care. It paid my car insurance.
No, yeah, I get paid by Facebook for Herald stuff, and
do that. Does Facebook pay? Mm-hmm. I didn't know
pretty well
because I know that Instagram doesn't really pay unless you do like brand deals. Yeah, I wish that Instagram paid because if Instagram paid, I'd probably have a new car by now. I have exponentially more views on Instagram than I do on TikTok, and I feel like that's because TikTok has been purposely shadow banning a lot of my content ever since the TikTok ban, and then it came back. Everyone has said that they feel like TikTok has been different since then. And I've noticed because it was right before that happened when I blew up, and then it was gone for a few days, went dark, came back, and then I was really struggling and I'm still struggling. I've had a couple viral videos on TikTok since then, but
yeah, everything I see of yours is on the Instagram.
Yeah, and Instagram is crazy. I did the math the other day. One of my videos about Anne Frank, I counted, and it's funny because like I'll get the occasional text from somebody like, yo, this liberal hate page shared your video on X or some shit, you know? And that particular video had a lot of like hate pages share it because it was intended to be stupid, okay? Got your attention, didn't it? The information itself was not stupid, but I was doing stupid things in the video to grasp your attention. With my dad's busted ass ceiling fan in the background. That video averaged, I think, when I counted like all the views on those pages on X, I got like, there was one page on X that said that 4 million people had seen that video. Of course, on my end, on my original video on Instagram, it still said 200,000 views. But I counted that. There were like 2 or 3 other hate pages. I think I got close to 10 million. Like when I counted it.
Does it feel? What does it feel like when it's shared for hate versus when it's shared for agreeing with you? Does it feel different? It
depends on the context, I think, because sometimes people will share things to be hateful, and maybe it's just because my empathy. I'm still trying to learn how to use discernment with my empathy, but I feel like a lot of times I'll look at where people are trying to be hateful, and I can't help but just see ignorance and feel bad for them. You know what I mean? Other times, it's so outrageously stupid that it makes me laugh, you know, a lot of times. More than anything, I think that's probably the case with hate comments, is that people will go to the most extreme levels to try to make me feel bad, like insulting how I look, insulting how I sound. A lot of times, something I've noticed here lately is that people will find a political video of mine, disagree with it for whatever reason, then they'll go and find a video of me singing. And then they'll go comment on the video of me singing, "You can't sing." Or I had somebody comment some shit the other day, "I'm a DJ and I think your voice sounds really thin. If I was gonna have to mix you, I would have to do a lot of work."
That's so specific.
And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't respond to the comment, but I was thinking to myself, damn, you're a lazy DJ. You tell me you don't normally equalize and compress your vocals when you're doing front of house? I mean, the fact that he said he was a DJ anyway, to me, I'm like, okay. So you do transitions. I love that for you. So do I. But like I mean, my boss John, is a DJ. I have mad respect for DJs. Mad respect for DJs.
It's a lot of T's.
We're gonna get our consonants in there, like ASMR or something. But yeah, there's that's kind of typically how every now and then, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you, every now and then I'll get a comment that'll get to me,
That's what I was gonna ask.
I'm a human being, like I love to portray myself as this, like, don't give a fuck kind of person, but deep down I do kind of give a fuck every now and then. I will read something and, when somebody sends me a DM saying that they're going to show up to my house and rape me, or that they're going to murder me because I don't like Nazis, that to me, yeah, that's disheartening. And I think to myself, damn, and y'all are saying that it's the illegal immigrants that are doing that shit. And you're in my DMs threatening to do that shit to me? That's wild. When I first started, like, really taking, because after the divorce, I started taking my content like a lot more seriously. I felt like I had something to prove, you know what I mean? Because he would always tell me, for years, I wanted to post this kind of content. And whenever I would have an idea, he would just immediately shoot it down. Just like, no, that's stupid. You're going to be cringy. You don't want to be one of those people, especially when it came to like my mental health and my political content. Now I realize in hindsight, it's because he cares too much about what his family says. And they all kind of have this taboo, we don't do that kind of attitude when it comes to that kind of stuff. And they're also very conservative. They're a police family. So, oh my God, hold on. I'm having a brain fart. Give me a second. It'll come back to me. It's the trauma from the comments. It's making me no, but yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I wanted to make this kind of content. And I just didn't, because I let people talk me out of it. So when we got divorced, I was like, oh, I'm going to show him. You know what I mean? Because he said to me when we got divorced, one of the last things that I remember him saying to me was something along the lines of, I hope that you realize what you lost, and I can't wait to see your sorry-ass excuse of a music career go nowhere, because all you ever do is talk about it and you never actually do anything with it. That's what he said to me.
What a charmer.
Yeah. He loves to think of himself as a charmer too, but because it's intentional. Anyway, yeah. So when he said that to me, I was like, "Oh, okay." That's like fuel to me. I'd like it really is, and that's probably not the best thing ever. But a lot of times, yeah, when people say and even hate comments, a lot of times like it's fuel to me. Like, I mean, I'll respond to a lot of them. I'll do like video responses to them. And then when people do like when people share my stuff like in support, like that, obviously, like, just like I'm humbled by it. You know what I mean? It means the world. I mean, I had like people from Germany. I've had people from Germany sharing my posts saying, yeah, actually what's happening in the United States is very similar to what happened here. This person is right, and y'all are not being reasonable. So that kind of stuff to me is really cool to see. And especially when people share my music too, obviously. Like that's, that's because that's like a piece of me. You know what I mean? Like my opinions are part of me, my morals, my values, sure. I express them, but there's something different to be said about when you have an art form that you make. You know what I mean? There's a difference between me making a video just bitching about something and then me making a video showing you a song that I made. You know, 'cause the song was like, it was a whole situation more than likely that I had to interpret and that I had to release in the form of some kind of art, you know.
Do you ever pull from your like more political stuff for songwriting, or do they stay more personal?
My next, it's both, but my next single actually is pretty political. I wrote it about, and again, I hate to think of it as political, but I wrote it about growing up queer and autistic, even though I didn't know I was autistic, in the South, in the Bible Belt, you know, just growing up very misunderstood by people. People never really understood me, and to this day, I have a hard time understanding people too. And so that's kind of what the song is about, is just reclaiming your power. And you know, it's called Riot. The hook says, watch your back, bitch, I'm gonna start a riot. You know, I'm the shit and I'm done being quiet. That's the hook. So I know where I come from, don't need you to tell me. That's the verse, you know. So that's kind of what it's about. I've got another song that I've written, and there are snippets of all of these on my socials, by the way. There are there's one that I wrote actually after my ex and I had a political disagreement. I wrote a song called Apathy is a Luxury. And there's a video of me, there's two videos of me playing it live actually on my Instagram. One of them is fairly recent. The other one is from right after I wrote it. And I remember, so you have to scroll to find it because it was like well over a year ago now. But I remember like him seeing that after I posted it. And he was like, you obviously wrote that about me. And I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I wrote it partially. I kind of lied. I'm not going to lie because I didn't want to.
You kind of lied. You're not gonna lie. Love it.
I'm
what a great sentence.
I'm not gonna lie to you because I lied to him because I told him, oh, it's not about you. I panicked. You know what I mean? Because like I knew that he was probably gonna try to pull some fuck shit after that, and obviously I panicked. I was like, no, I didn't write it about you. I wrote it. You know, it was kind of inspired loosely by that discussion, but you know, but there's a video of me saying apathy is a luxury that we just can't afford. Believe me when I say there's nothing I want more. So it's just kind of about watching everything going on in the world. And like, I wish that it wasn't happening. I wish that I could turn away and not have to worry about it. But when it starts affecting people that you care about and starts affecting people that you love, and when it starts affecting you, like, and quite frankly, it shouldn't get to that point. If you want me to be completely honest, I don't think that it should take that for people to care about other human beings. I don't think that you should have to know somebody else to care about them. You should just be able to look at somebody else and see another human being and be like, oh my God, what's happening to them is wrong. Like, and like, you know, you see a starving person, or you see like here in the States, you know, people not getting proper medical treatment. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't take it having to happen to your mom or your sister or your daughter or somebody for you to care. You know what I mean? You should just be able to read, oh my God, you know, women are dying because they're not getting proper health care, and that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. You know, and you should care about it for that reason. And unfortunately, most people are not that way. But that's what I wrote the song about, was, you know, I was trying to appeal to him because he is not that way. He only cares unless, you know, the only times that he cares is when it affects him or when it affects somebody that he knows, right? So that was kind of what the song was supposed to. I was hoping it would appeal to him from a sense of, this is starting to affect us, you know? And it didn't work. But it's great because now it's got a few thousand views online, so, you know, it's fine.
Do you think that in serious relationships, marriages, deep relationships, that you can make it work if you're two very different, we're going to keep using the word politically moral people? Can it work?
In this day and age, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so in this day and age, because if you had asked me that like 10 years ago, I probably would have had a different opinion.
When you were 14, I would think so, yeah.
Honestly. Okay, well, let's pretend that I wasn't 14. If you
Just that the world was different.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's a matter of like I said, you either care about other people or you don't.
Okay.
You know, you either see a starving infant in Gaza and you care or you don't. And like seeing something like that, like sure, there's an argument to be made that we've become desensitized to it. 100%. I know that I have. Especially when you're just looking at it from the other end of a screen, you're not witnessing it in real life. Your brain, I feel like, probably doesn't process it the same way. But it doesn't change the fact that that's another human being on the other end of your screen there, that and their child is starving, or their daughter almost died because she couldn't get health care when she was pregnant or something like that, you know? So yeah, in this day and age, I don't really think so. I think like it's okay to have different opinions. That's not what I'm saying. Like you can have, because like my parents have been married for 30 years and there are plenty of things that they don't agree on when it comes to politics. You know, my dad is well, I say he was always a Republican growing up. Ever since Trump came along though, he's really kind of changed his, as a lot of people have. He's really kind of, and that's why it bothers me when people say you're going to get more conservative the older you get, because I've watched my father do the opposite, and I cannot adequately express enough how proud I am of him for that. I probably don't say that to him enough. Matter of fact, he probably needs to hear that from me, because
this is the moment.
Yep, Dad, I am proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
I know that
Keith, what's his name?
Tim.
I was close.
Timmy G. We are very proud of you. Because that is, it takes integrity, you know, to be able to look back on a decision that you made and be like, I'm never making that decision again. People peer pressured me. And these are my words, not his. Okay, I'm just kind of like summarizing the situation.
You heard here a direct quote from her father.
People, I feel like, you know, it's only human nature to be influenced by the opinions of other people around you to some extent. Other people more so than others. The older I've gotten, the better I've gotten at not being that way so much. But I've seen it in both my parents. You know what I mean? I've seen, and I love them both to death, but especially my mom, just like they care too much what people think. And so they don't understand what I'm doing with my social media at all, because all they see are the hate comments that I get. And they're just like, how do you, like, why are you doing this? It just seems like you're just doing it. Like, how does it not bother you that people are, I'm like, because I don't know those people. You know, so it's almost like the inverse of what I just said a minute ago. You don't have to care what people say about you to care about people. You know what I mean? Like, I care about people, especially, like, just in general, but especially when I see people suffering. Of course I'm going to care. But when username 1234 whatever the fuck comments on my video that I have big nostrils, like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, I think it's funny. Matter of fact, in the next video I post, I'm going to be flaring my nostrils more so that he comments it again and the video gets pushed into the algorithm farther. So, yeah.
Using those nostrils to your advantage.
I do.
Do you actually have big nostrils?
I feel like I do, honestly.
I didn't notice.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I've
we
always
get like
kind of
a
felt like
measuring tape.
we should get like a, no, but it would need to be like one of those like little fashion ones, you know, like that are really small. We'd have to do it in centimeters. No, they're not that big. But I think maybe like, I don't think I have big nostrils. I think maybe proportionately, is that a word? Proportionately to the rest of my face. I think they're a little big, but I don't think objectively I have a big nose either, you know? I don't know, to each their own. If
that guy notices it, he may have a nostril fetish. He was just really disappointed.
He probably does. I mean, that's the other thing is that I've learned doing this is the people project like crazy. People will assume things about you that, I'm sure you've seen this. People will assume shit about you that is not true at all, and you sit back and you read the comment and you're like, what kind of fucking person are you to just assume that that's what I meant, or to just assume that that's who I am based off of like your first impression, based off of like a few videos at most. Like, the internet has really skewed our perception of reality for that reason, you know, like, because let's be real, like, these people, like, I think a lot of these people just haven't been punched in the face. You know what I mean? Like, these are people that would never say this shit to your face because they know that if they said it to somebody's face, they would get knocked out. Like, shit, punch him in the nose. Like, you know? Like, and I bet he would never do it again. But that's why these people create burner accounts with no profile picture, no followers. Half of them don't even follow anybody on them. And then they go and leave the most obscene comments on random people's videos because they know that they won't be held accountable for it. And that's why I make video responses to them.
Have you run into any people that have become haters that you used to be like close to personally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, actually.
You don't have to name them, but
it's just like former friends, you know, people that I went to school with and stuff. For some reason, in particular, people I went to elementary school with, I've noticed, have like there's a couple that know exactly who they are.
Yeah. Timmy.
Watch every single story that I post. I mean, former coworkers also. You know, I've had like people that I used to work with that I know are conservative Trump supporters because I worked with them and I was never that way. And I used to have Pride and BLM bumper stickers on the back of my car once upon a time when I worked with them. So, you know, they know that I've always been like this. But for some reason, ever since I started getting the views, like, same thing. It's just like some of them are like the first people to watch every single thing that I post. It's crazy. And I don't know if they know that I see that, but I'm like, dude, I see you watching every single story that I post. And not only that, but you're among the first 5 people to see it. I have 20,000 followers. And you're one of the first 5 people to see my story. I get like minimum 200 views a story. Like, that's impressive. You're looking for what I'm posting. Like, it's obvious. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then just like other exes, you know, I have like previous exes that look at my stuff from time to time, who also know who they are. Yeah. So.
Timmy. That's your dad. No, that's weird.
That is weird.
I couldn't think of another name. Keith. Who was the...
Keith?
Okay. Tim Doug... No, Doug Keys. That's his name.
I have an Uncle Keith.
Everyone does.
He's gay.
Oh, is he?
My Uncle Joe.
Everyone has a gay uncle.
Yeah, my Uncle Joe, my Uncle Keith. So my Uncle Joe's my biological uncle. My Uncle Keith is his husband. So
hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They've been married for 47 years.
Jeez, that's too long.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how they haven't killed each other yet, but I got mad respect for them. Shout out to Uncle Joe and Uncle Keith. My Uncle Joe is a Holocaust expert, actually. He's Jewish. And he's spent several years of his life studying the Holocaust. He's contributed some research to the DC Museum. He's written a couple books, not about the Holocaust, but just, you know, like, he's an author. So, Joseph Nix, go check him out.
Go check out Joseph Nix and Keith,
he's fabulous.
his husband.
Fabulous dwelling, yes.
Is he like one of those, like...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know exactly what I was going to ask.
Yes. Oh, my God. That's why, and it's so funny to me because all I have to do is breathe around my mom, and she's like, you sound like your Uncle Joe. And I'm like, because apparently that's where I get the sass from. So, especially when I post videos, I've tried to kind of channel, because people seem to really enjoy when I get sassy in videos, you know? So I've tried to channel that. And he lives for it. My Uncle Joe, like, lives for the sass. He's like, ooh, girl, you told him. Like, you know? You go. But yeah. Yeah, shout out to Uncle Joe.
So, what do you feel like... I don't know if saying, is there any hope for? But we'll say that because that's not what I'm going to say. Is there hope politically for Noonan? Or are they too far, in your opinion, are they too far,
that's a good question.
Like, are they too red, too Trumpy? Because I feel like personally, I think the first time Trump ran, they were really, really, really into it. Compared to this last time, not quite so much. Flags, merchandise, talk about it.
Somebody in my parents' neighborhood had a Trump inflatable for Halloween last year.
Cute.
Yeah, I was like...
See, that might mean they're not a supporter, though, because they're like, he's scary.
No, they had a Don't Tread on Me flag in their yard, too.
Well, did they put it up during Halloween or all year round?
All year round.
Okay, never mind.
And they had... I'm pretty sure they had a Trump Pence sign out a few years ago, too, like during the 2020 election. I'm pretty sure they had a Trump Pence sign out. Or Trump Pence. I say Pence. Pence was vice president in 2016. No, I don't fucking remember. I've been through a lot of trauma. But
he was.
To answer your question, I think that as more people move here, there could be. That's something that I've noticed is as the movie scene has blossomed here, particularly in the Sonoya area, I have, because I always thought that. I always thought, man, Noonan's never going to fucking, you know what I mean? I always, we're too far gone. But as more people have moved here, I've ran into people that I'm like, oh, okay, wait, cool. You know, especially people that move, like, that have moved from Atlanta to down here, because Atlanta's always been pretty blue. Now, I there's probably an argument to be made that I'm a bit of a, because there's a fine line between a liberal and a leftist. Okay, so I'm a leftist. I'm not a liberal. But no, I think Noonan. I think there is hope for Noonan. I think as more people move here, it's slowly starting to grow blue. And I really realized that when No King's Day happened. That's what made me, because I wondered. I was kind of on the fence for a while about, you know, because Coweta County has always been a red county. But as more people have moved here and then New King's Day happened and I saw all those people out in front of the courthouse, I saw the videos of it, I was like, whoa. So people here do care. And so then I got to thinking, wait, so I do have an audience here in Noonan. Like, I just haven't found it yet.
Right.
Yeah, so hopefully this helps. But yeah, so I think there is. I think it's just going to take a few more years probably. Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more thing and then we'll get out of here. You want to play something and sing something? Sing a song about a space cat.
A space cat?
Yeah.
A space cat.
Doesn't have to rhyme.
It doesn't have to rhyme?
It doesn't have to. You can do whatever you want.
See, because that's always my issue with freestyling is I feel like everything has to rhyme. I haven't played ukulele in a long time. We'll just do like a little 4-chord progression. Okay. I don't fucking know.
If you want to do a song you know, we can change it.
No, because this is a challenge. I just need to think about it for a second.
That's the best kind of improvisation, the kind that takes a long time to think of.
But if it...
That's an improv teacher. That's what I teach. I say, yeah, take as much time as you need before you talk.
I'm better at improvising acting than I am at music, but I can try. A space cat. Once was a cat that went to space, cause he never really ever could find his place. Oh. I don't fucking know. On a rocket ship. He went on a fancy trip. Oh.
There you go, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah!
He went to Mars.
Oh, it's gonna keep going.
He saw the stars. And he looked down and he's like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't know. Yeah.
You did it though.
I did. Hold on, now I feel like I have to like make up for that. Hold on, can I reconcile? Can I do a song that I know? Okay.
Do whatever you want. This is all you.
I'll just do a little like apathy is a luxury that we just can't afford. Believe me when I say there's nothing I want more. I wish we could pack our things and walk right out this door. Oh, but apathy is a luxury that we just can't afford. I know you know me, we've both been here before. Empathy seems to be too much to ask you for. Until they call to ship you off and fight somebody's war. Oh, then apathy's a luxury that you just can't afford. I forgot the words. I fucking wrote this song. I've never played it on a ukulele before. I'm not warmed up at all. Okay, I got it. So pardon me if I seem just a little torn. I just wish you didn't have to be implored. Turn your head and look away till danger's at your door. Oh, then apathy's luxury that you just... Wait, I fucked it up. Oh, then apathy's apathy's a luxury that only you can afford. Because you're a straight white man and you're the only one who can afford fucking apathy.
Is that actually part of the song?
No, that was improvised, yes.
All right, remind us how to find you on the social media and the music, and we'll get out of here.
Yes, at Real Syrene, RealSyrene. That's on TikTok and Instagram. Go follow me. Should we do a part 2?
Where's your music?
My music, Syrene, SYRENE on SoundCloud. If you really want to go dig, and this is for the locals only, okay? Locals only. If you really want to go dig, you can go search Sarah Greer on Spotify and on Apple Music. All that stuff is still up there. Just please listen to it with a grain of salt. I listen to that stuff now and I cringe, and I think it's a good thing. I think it means that I've grown since then, but...
You should make yourself cringe when you look back on it.
Yeah.
It means you were trying stuff.
No, I won't say that, but we don't have time to get into that.
Part 2, we'll get into that.
Yes.
So thank you all for listening.
Yes.
Thank you for being lovely and singing and just talking and talking and talking.
I'm a Gemini, it's what I'm best at.
I don't know what that means.
That means I talk a lot.
All right, bye everybody. Love you.
Bye.
I die.